You may also have read this week on the news that Brazil President Dilma Rousseff, visiting Washington, stressing science education and training as the #1 priority for her government. Needed institutional enhancement include functional public financial management system so that state or the role of state or the function of state is more accountable. Middle-income countries need strong civil service structures. They need a civil service structure that is accountable, and they also need to have an effective, accountable local government, which should lead to a better service delivery and regional development. I've been dealing in really reforming civil servant in Indonesia for more than 5 years. This is actually the hardest development challenge. You can plan and maybe easily can visibly see the progress when you build a road, you build irrigation, airport, or seaport. But building institution, especially bureaucracy, is maybe the hardest. You really need to have a good design, but really building institutions need a lot of what you call trial and error. Most of the countries, the developing countries, need to further strengthen institutions that oversee maintenance of the rule of law, judicial system, to sustain the anti-corruption effort. I will share you a little bit story of Indonesia when I was finance minister. I took the office and asked myself, what can I do in the 5 years of my time serving this government? Now becoming finance minister of the country which is associated or has the reputation as among the most corrupt in the world. And you don't want to be corrupt, and you want to clean up the institution. So you start cleaning up the tax offices as well as the custom. That is the two most corrupt in Indonesia, seen by both business community people. But when you try and you start cleaning up these two offices, many of those cases now has been shifted to the court. And Minister of Finance cannot reform the court system, of course. So although you try to clean up your own institution, you really need another institution that also needs equally effective and at least equally clean. And this is the challenge which is faced by many, many, many countries in the world. And especially for many developing countries, this problem is becoming even more. Some middle-income countries need to still shift toward a more market-based economy. This is one of the messages when we have a joint study with the Chinese authority to have what you call it the China 2030. The challenge of the China economy to sustain their progress now is how they can complete to transform their economy into a more market-based economy. And then it will be seen as more or less direct role of the state. Interestingly, this discussion is now becoming very, very high profile because many countries, developing countries, see the China as one of the model when you talk about South-South cooperation. And with this China model, the role of state is definitely very, very important.